Hello and welcome to CS On Air in collaboration with Women Tech Makers. This is part of an informal series of interviews with female engineers at Google to help us understand what's motivated them to pursue a career in computer science and what excites them about the field today. We're lucky to be joined today by Ania Marszalek, who is a software engineer in the Google Zurich office. My name is Alison Cutler and I'm in Zurich, and we're also joined by Lynette Webb in London and Maria Lina Ivory in Dublin. So Ania, thanks for joining us today. Could you tell us a little bit about your role and the kind of things you do on a day-to-day basis?
So I've been working at Google for 2.5 years. Currently I'm in the World Maps team. That's part of Google Maps. And my role is basically to check that to make sure that the quality of the maps we are sending to the users is okay. So on a day-to-day basis, we are monitoring the usage of our product, of Google Maps, and we are checking that everything is okay. We're discovering bugs and delegating to the right people for fixing. So yeah, so I'm not developing anything that is visible externally, but on the other hand, I'm working with the engineers, and we're trying to help them figure out what is wrong with their products, and I can see that they appreciate my work. So that's what I like about it. We are developing dashboards where they can see how many users they have, and yeah, stuff like that, colorful graphs.
Brilliant. So when did you first get interested in computer science, and what was the hook that got you started?
So I was in high school back in Poland. I was around 16, and about that time we started having computer science lessons in the school. And yeah, once I got some coding, once I learned some coding language and I got some problems to solve, I immediately found it fun. And yeah, very challenging, like some logic puzzles. I really like the way of thinking that is required. You are given a problem, you have to analytically think about it and solve it in an algorithmic way. That's what I like about it.
Cool. And are there any projects that you've worked on that are particular favorites or that you thought were especially amazing?
Well, so some projects are very fun because you produce something which is exciting, and yeah. So, for example, during my studies, I made a small program which was a tic-tac-toe on a donut, and it was a game, and the computer player was way better than any of my friends or me. So it was really fun to see that I could create something that was smarter than I. And on the other hand, later when I was working in my previous company, I was working on a European Union project that was called Perform, and it was helping people that were ill with Parkinson evaluate their symptoms, and yeah, and it was helping doctors better take care of them. So that was another example of a project where I was really creating something which could have a big impact on people. And of course now in Google Maps, yeah, it's always also something that yeah, is very very nice to work on because it's a big product with a lot of internal impact.
Great. So why do you think computer science is such a good thing to study, and why is it such a great career?
Well, there are a lot of opportunities. There are a lot of job opportunities in computer science, and they require a different level. They all are a different level of skills. They require different level of skills, so everyone can find something for them at the beginning of their career and later on. For me, it's always been fun. It's always been fun to develop programs. So when something is fun and exciting, it's always great to work on it. I like the way of thinking. I like the task I'm performing. I like the environment. So it's very informal. You don't have to dress up for work. Yeah. You don't have to. You can work You don't have fixed working hours. So all that is really great. It can be really great from the family life perspective.
Wonderful, thanks. And I just have one last question for you. So, what's your advice for someone at school who's thinking about pursuing a career in computing? How would they be able to tell whether it's something that they would like or they would be good at?
So if you never did any programming, it would be good to try to write some toy program. On the other hand, if you are interested in mathematics, if you like puzzles and stuff like that, you probably qualify. And my one advice I would like to give, don't get overwhelmed. When you see at the great products that we have around, it can be games, web browsers, any, I don't know, text processor. These are huge projects. At the beginning, you won't be able to create something like that, but it comes with time. And also, these projects were made by teams of people, so you cannot, as one single person, you cannot probably make them alone. But it's a great feeling that when after a few years of studying, you see that, okay, you know what's required, given some time, you would be able to create a web browser, your own web browser or your own computer game. Like I did with the tic-tac-toe on the donut. I was on my second year of studies, I think, there. So yeah, don't get overwhelmed. Step by step, you can learn it.
Great, thank you very much for answering all our questions, and thank you for everybody else who joined us in the Hangout. If you want to find out more about the Women Techmakers series, take a look at the website developers.google.com/women-techmakers. We'll be back in a fortnight's time with an interview with Maya Holter, who's a software engineer in the Munich office. And in the meantime, you can keep an eye out on our website, on the Education on Air website, for details of other CS on Air sessions. Okay, thanks very much, everybody, and have a nice afternoon.